how to develop a competitive advantage for your business. If your business is the exact same as your competitors, what makes you believe that in the eyes of your customer, you will appear more attractive? G'day, Ron here from ronaldosborne.org, where I help business owners and entrepreneurs achieve their version of success. Today, I'm going to discuss how to develop a competitive advantage. Let's jump into it. Firstly, you need to identify what problems your business solves. The main thing you need to consider there is, why is the business or individual looking to utilize your services? What's the main reason? What are you solving for them? As an example, I have an SEO agency. We rank websites and customers' websites in the #1 position on Google and in the local map pack. However, they're not necessarily paying us to rank the website. They're paying us for leads. By ranking #1, they get more customers. They hire us to solve the problem of lead generation. If you want to develop a sufficient competitive advantage, you need to identify what is valuable to the customer above all. Is it the price? Is it the customer service? Is it the long-term care? Is it the warranty? You need to identify what is most important to each service or product that you're offering to customers. Once you've evaluated all of that information and you've determined the problems that you're solving and what matters most to the customer, you then need to perform a SWOT analysis. A SWOT analysis is also commonly referred to as a strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats test. A SWOT will help you look at the strengths of your business, such as the things that you're doing well. The weaknesses side of it will help you identify what your company is lacking. The opportunities will help you identify the underserved markets for specific products, areas that you could move into, perhaps opportunities of any nature. And threats will help you identify threats to your businesses. Things such as changing regulations, negative press, changing customer attitudes towards your company and towards the products or services that you're offering. The pros of a SWOT is that you are completing it, you the business owner. So you know the strengths of your organization and you should know the weaknesses. However, when it comes to the opportunities and the threats, those can be hard to identify. In these situations, it is advisable that you go away and you do some market research to help you identify these two categories. This will ensure that your SWOT analysis is more accurate. Perform a SWOT on your competitor. If you want to have a competitive advantage that is like no other, you need to ensure that you understand the ins and outs of your competitor's business operations. You need to discover every single thing you can about your competitor. You need to identify their manpower. You need to identify their pricing structure and how much they charge for things, how much profit they're making, if possible. You also need to figure out how long it takes them to fulfill orders. Are they able to do it quicker than you? The SWOT will help you identify where they are outperforming you and where you are outperforming them. Utilize your SWOT to help you determine what makes your business unique. Now that your SWOT is completed, gather the information that you've derived that from your business and from your competitor and put the two together. Start to analyze what makes you unique. As an example, the thing that makes my digital marketing agency more unique is the reputation and the customer satisfaction that we provide. My agency is not as big as some of my competitors. I only have 4 people that work there. However, my competitors have 10. So on those larger SEO contracts, such as individuals looking to spend $10,000 a month, we cannot take on that type of work. And a major threat of digital marketing is that it's a low barrier industry. Anyone can walk in and start an agency. So how did you develop your current competitive advantage? You might be looking at your threats and weaknesses right now and wondering how you'll ever be able to compete, how you'll develop your competitive advantage. And that's okay. All you need to do is look at the current strengths you have. No matter who you are, you will have something unique and you will have a strength in the SWOT analysis. As an example, you might be a harder worker. You might work harder than any of your competitors. You might have a bigger knowledge set when it comes to perhaps to programming. So you might be a web developer, but you are also someone that knows Python. That is a unique skill that's going to help increase your market value. When you're looking to turn a weakness into a strength, it is vitally important that you remember what got you your strengths. So if you provide exceptional customer service, you can also mirror how you got that there. As an example, if I'm looking to grow my business, I was saying before that I have 4 people working there. If I want to be able to take on those more larger SEO contracts, the $10,000 to $20,000 a month spends, what I would need to do is hire more employees. What I can do is that I ensure when I hire someone, they have the values and they care about the customer as much as we do. What I also can do is I can ensure that I develop a skill plan to ensure that that individual is building the right structure, that they are talking to the customer in the ways that we want. All of this will foster the growth of me being able to turn a weakness into a strength, which is me hiring more employees, which is then me being able to take on more work. So I'm losing less work to my competitors, whilst maintaining the strength of having great customer service and a reliable reputation. Create as many moats as you possibly can. Always remember not to develop a competitive advantage that does not matter to your customer. At the end of the day, like we talked about before, everything should align with the needs and the wants of the customer, the overreaching objective that they have when they turn to your product or service. Don't think that one moat is enough. Every single quarter, you should be reevaluating your strengths and weaknesses along with your competitors. Perhaps their pricing model changed. Now, if price is important to your customer and you're not aware of this, you could have everything else right, but you will still lose the work to your competitor. Check every single quarter and make sure that you do not build only one moat. So the best ways to develop a competitive advantage is to ensure that you never forget the customer. Always remember what problem you're solving. Always address what their concerns are, what their pressures are, what matters to them. Is it the price? Is it the customer service? Is it the warranty? You need to always keep that in mind. You do not want to go through all of the work developing a competitive advantage and it doesn't align with what the customer wants. That can be detrimental to your business. You can waste time and your competitor can then get another leg up on you. So ensure that you always align everything you do with your competitive advantage towards the customer.